Hey guys, welcome back. Deftspider here. We're finally getting some more content made. We've all been suffering and sitting in queue. I finally got my main account back in. I've been on my alt a lot, but have yet to get the main back in until recently. So we're going to get some of these videos knocked out while we're in before the patch comes out. The next patch that should be hitting while this video is being released will be the one to set up multiple continents, multiple clones of Mirland so that there's multiple places on the mainland to go to. Alright, so if you want the details of that, well, I can get a video made on that or just go read the patch notes. Anyways, back to the point of this video, this is going to be about Morin Khur, also known as MK. We're currently standing at the west gate right now. If you look behind us over there, this is the west road. If you go all the way down here, you'll see an arch in the mountains, or where the two mountains are touching. There's also a Y in the road there. That is called the Fingers, just to familiarize yourself with what people call in this game. And then on this side of this canyon here, because this is a straight shot road, there's really nowhere to go. This is about the width all the way down. It's a very dangerous place. The last of the guards are right here at the gate. There's another road that runs alongside this canyon, which has a river at the bottom. That is Red Priest Road. It's very rarely used. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and jump into the city. Like I said, we're going to enter through the west gate. If you want to know how to get around from where you spawn in, if you choose to come here from Haven, that's in the tutorial episode 4. But this video is going to be specifics on where everything's located in the city. Like I said, those are the last two guards on the west side. Once we get inside here, things to make note of. Be careful. People like to shoot your horses from this tree line sometimes. So don't just leave them unattended sitting at the stables. Alright, so most importantly, if you're coming... The reason I started that gate is if you're coming from a different city, you're going to probably come through that gate. So you can come here. The stables are located right here, along with your stable broker. If you head up this road, it'll take you to a bridge and you can cross over into the slums. We'll do that spot last. That's one of the newer areas. There's some dummies right here on the right. You can train at that. This is the main road. If you turn here, we've got more training dummies. We've got a little bridge right here that leads to stairs to go to upper. If you're going AFK or standing around down here too long, be careful. People will shield bash you into this pond and drown you. Happens to us all. Alright, so if you need an equipment or utility vendor, you can find them in this house right here. The arrows and stuff are there. The cooking pots and banners and stuff, and guy I like to sell things to is relocated on the other side of this wall. Up here in this building, if you're coming here for books, you can come here to see the Khurite librarian or trainer librarian. There's also another one upstairs in the upper city. Let me go ahead and get off my horse for a second. So here we're going to stop here like we always do, get the books posted up and their cost. So as you can see here, this is our specialty books for this city. Get our horse back on follow. This is one of the trade brokers here. You've got your community guildstone here if you need to do some management or start a guild from this area. If we run around into this area, or this side of the city, up here we're going to have our crafting benches. Some guards. There are some basic librarians here, so we've got the material lore librarian. Right here we have the extraction librarian. And again, there are more upstairs. And then right here is the crafting librarian. Next to this building, we're going to have I believe it's, what is it? The extractor, the fabricula, a vial vendor, the extraction lattice, and an alchemy table. Let's say, where did my horse go? And then this is the bank. So this area, this whole area down here is called Lower MK, or Lower Morin Khur. This is what they call the lower bank. So as usual, as with most banks, you can come here. There's your postal service. There's your banker. Again, people will shield bash you all the way from inside the bank over to that pond and drown you. So again, be careful. Continuing through the lower side of the city. And this city is pretty big. It's just kind of spread out too. Hence why we have our horse with us. Right here in this building, we have a priest. So you can set your home point and respawn there. Outside of this little gate, again, it runs back down into the west gate. Pigs do farm right here in the woodline, in case you need some leather and meat. Here we have a butchery table and an animal material librarian. Next to that, we're going to have like our botany stuff. So you can come into here. There's an extraction press. a botany lore librarian, the extraction herbalog, like yeah, extraction herb machine thing. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that name right now. Then we have the magic vendor here. So we've got somebody doing some heavy armor training. Inside of here, you can do some cooking at this campfire. Then we have a cooking vendor. From there, it's time to get back onto our horse and head to, I guess we'll go to what I call mid-side, like mid-MK. It's on the way to upper. A lot of people don't go there because there's really not much reason unless you're a guild leader of some sort. That's where you're going to buy your decorations and some of your keep stuff. You can also buy items for your house if you own a house. So we'll just cross this little bridge here. Again, the main road's right here on our right. We can turn here. And there's 2 staircases leading up to the upper. The other one's a lot more straightforward and easier to navigate. Right here on the mid, you have another priest inside of there. That's just an empty space. There's like a placeholder. There's nothing over there just yet. The only thing of note here, like I said, are going to be these vendors. So you've got your workbench vendor right here, your decoration vendor there. I don't believe there's anything in this house here. Again, I believe it's just another placeholder. Yep. Like I said, I don't come to this spot very often. There's not much reason to. Back here, there are some more extraction devices. So like right here, we've got another attractor. Then up here, we've got a Naterus, a Fabricula, and another alchemy table. And that'll do it for this spot. So let's go and jump back on the horse. Alright guys, so then we're just going to take this staircase here, head back up, or head to the upper area. And you should recognize it. You'll see the giant statue and pagoda up there. So once you come up those stairs, immediately to our left is the upper bank. Same bank functions as every other bank. You've got the mill and you've got the banker. There's nothing up there to see unless you want to go look at the statue in the building. Over here, we've got an extraction hearth. Back here, we've got our spiritualist. We'll pause here for a second. I'll list their prices out. They have the same stuff that they all do. From there, we've got some random vendors on the back side of this building, but nothing of importance. Inside of here, again, all the crafting stations you could want. Oh, come on, horse. Slow down. All right, so right here, we've got another material lore librarian. Over here, we've got the crafting librarian again. Let me actually get the horse because it's just going to bounce us around. And then right here's an extraction librarian. From this area, we can head out and we will go, I guess we'll work our way over. We can come back here and look at these vendors. Like I said, there are some on this side. So back here, we've got a grocery vendor. And then another vial vendor. Those guys seem to be really popular here. In this building, continuing on our journey across Upper MK. And coming to here, we've got a cooking vendor, another place to cook at. On the back side, here's a task vendor, one of 2 in the city. So if you need to get a parcel, this is where you'll get it. As far as parcels go, you can run one to Moki or one to Toxai. And then another grocery vendor, because people like to eat. From there, we're going to head into this building. We're going to have a Kurite librarian and a trade broker. So here's another one of the librarians here. Here's the trade broker. Another community guildstone. And this tiny building here, this is where the keep vendor and house vendor is located. So if you're looking to buy a keep, which at this point you're probably not, unless siege is out. So, but you can also buy your houses here and your keep. So, of course, you can buy your small house, your medium-sized house, or you can buy a stronghold. Small house is 150 gold, medium house is 300 gold, and the stronghold is 2,500 gold. And that's just for the tier one deeds. It's the same price once you start moving up from there, except on the stronghold, it's I believe 2,000 per next level. All right, and here is going to be the main librarian. So if we go down the stretch all the way, there's the other staircase to get up here. All right, so let's go ahead and start from this side. We've got the common librarian. Right here, we've got the combat librarian. The magic librarian. The crafting librarian. The botany lore librarian. Another material lore librarian. The animal material librarian. And the extraction librarian. All right, from there we just have another bunch of basic vendors. That side of the building is currently empty. But here we've got the utility vendor, another equipment vendor. On this side, we've got grocery vendor, fishing vendor, another vial vendor, because, you know, we can't get into vials, right? Surprisingly, there's not a grocery vendor in that stand. Over here, we've got the armor vendor, and then the weapon vendor, and then a red priest that's up here. I know from experience, it likes to glitch a lot and slam you into the floor, so you'll be stuck. So that is all of Upper MK. I mean, there's places you can go look, but there's nothing there. Like in most of the cities, there's a lot of space left over for when they add other things to the game. So we're going to head down this staircase, and this is the easiest way to get straight to the library for Upper MK. And we're going to head over to the slums, but first I'll show you where the scaffolding is, so you're familiar with that terminology. Probably should have taken my horse armor and bags off so we can move faster. Alright, so as you can see, we're back on the main road right here. And a thing of note here, as you can see, there's pigs that spawn right there in case you need leather or meat or bone tissue. Now, if you want to get to the graveyard is at the bottom of the scaffolding, which this is what we all call the scaffolding right here. It is a very narrow path. There are guards all the way until the last level of it. So most people park their horses at the very bottom. And once you get to the bottom, the graveyard is right out of it. Then you can see a bridge, which will take you to Toxai. If you go up that path there, you can go to Bandits. And we'll go over a video of Toxai, and we might briefly touch on the graveyard and getting to Toxai from here on the way to Toxai when we do that video next. Alright, so we're going to leave the scaffolding, make our way west. There's one more road to go down, and that will take us to what some of us call the new side of Morin Khur, also known as the slums. And that side's got pretty much all the same amenities as this side. The only thing I've noticed that it's lacking are librarians. So we just take a left right here and go up this road. Again, there is a spot in here, but it's all empty. There's really nothing to see on this side of the wall. But if you follow this path, this road down, it'll take you straight to the stables. Now then, we're going to cross this bridge here, which is going over that canyon I showed you next to West Road, which is way over there. And the things people like over here, there's cotton, rice fields, mileage trees. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the left side and make our way around. So right here, we've got a priest. Sorry about that. I've got the Mortal on 2 map pulled up. I should have turned that off. Here we've got the butcher again. So if you need to butcher anything, you can come into here, use these tables. You'll get more materials if you use the tables instead of just doing it while in the field. All right, so here we've got another grocery vendor. This building here will house the task vendor. So if you need to get a parcel, a package, you can pick one up in here. So there's your task vendor there, another grocery vendor. All right, right here, a grocery vendor again, utility vendor, another vial vendor, fishing vendor, equipment vendor. This is also where the crusher and the grinder are located. Again, be careful. People will shield bash you off the cliffs if you go AFK. Here is all of our botany stuff. Let's go ahead and dismount for now. All right, so here's an extraction press. The extraction herbologium. Continuing around to this side, we will come to the bank and where you craft at. So a lot of people like this side because they can refine, or not refine the resources, but they can extract the resources over there. They can come into here if they need to craft. So you've got all of your usual workbenches here. I would not ride my horse up there. There's a deep drop, like they're going to add sewers or something here one day. And you might kill your horse, and it's not painful to get out, but it's not super easy. So here we've got the postal service, we've got a banker, and we have a trade broker. And another postal service worker. I actually didn't realize there were two of them in there. All right, so if you come out past the bank to over here, you're going to have cotton fields. Past the cotton fields is nothing but the giant mountains, which you can mine for granum. Sometimes these won't load in. It'll have to get super close, but they are here. So you can just come over here and you can pick some cotton if you need it. If you're over here mining, be careful because people will kill you along the wall because there are no guards. The guards are in the city, but there's not any on the outside. All right, so if you come up here, you can get some wood and stuff. You'll reach that part of the city I said not to mess with because there's a lot of places to fall off in there. And then you can see we've got some of those little rose bush looking things. Keep coming around, you'll see the little malice trees, or apple trees as some people call them. And the only other resources over here that you can get that are useful, there is a pig spawn right here at this gate. A lot of times they will be dead, but there's a young pig right here. And the other thing people come here for is if you need water or food for your horse, or maybe you're trying to level cooking, you can come up here. And these are rice fields. So if we jump off our horse, right here you can gather all the rice you could want. Horses really like it. And you can also gather water if you need to use it for spellcraft or alchemy or cooking, depending on what you're up to. And that is pretty much MK in a nutshell, guys. Again, like I said, when you're out here on this side of it, be careful. This is the slum/new side, but out here, once you cross these two guards, there's nobody else to look after you. People will come over there and kill you for your stuff. But I don't believe there's anything else that I missed. I believe I covered all the acronyms. Like I said, this is the slums. That first area, that is the lower MK. The area directly in front of us is upper MK. That's West Road. That's Scaffolding. And all the way down West Road, right when the road runs out, at a bandit camp where the mountains meet, that's called the Fingers. So I did miss one area, so I'm going to have to cut this into the video somewhere because I had to come back to get this part because it is pretty important. So on this side of the map, we also have a stable master and a stable broker. They're up this road. Can't believe I forgot to mention these two. It's very important to know where the stables are at. So there are two stables in MK. So right here we've got, like I said, the stable master where you can stable your horses, unstable them, whatever you need to do. And then right here we've got the pet broker. And besides that, guys, I hope you find this video helpful and useful. If I missed anything, as always, be sure to leave it in the comments below. If you have questions, drop them below. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. And I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.